What's good with y'all boys? Today's an actual reaction video. That's why I have the headphones on. It's an actual reaction video. I don't want to waste any time. Let's get straight into this shit, Chad. Bam! Today we're going to be reacting to, do animals know they exist? Do animals know they are alive? Now, Chad, I came across this video on my For You page and shit like that. I don't want to start yapping, but do animals know they exist? Let's get straight into the video. Bang.
On a couch somewhere,
yes,
staring at the wall. And if you ask
yes, we know that.
Thinking about, they'd probably say something like nothing, or food, or squirrels. But what if that's wrong? What if behind those eyes there's something looking back? What if that dog knows on some level that it exists? Or, and this is the question that should actually keep you up at night.
Okay.
What if it doesn't? What if?
So the whole point of the video is just literally thinking if they exist or not. I believe my dogs exist. I don't have a dog currently, but I had dogs in the past. I believe that my dog knows it exists, bro. My dog follows me around and loves me like it's reincarnated as a baddie. I don't know. My dog follow. Child, let's get straight. I don't want to. Let's just watch the video, bro.
You are the only kind of thing in the entire universe that knows it's alive.
Okay.
In 1970, a psychologist named Gordon Gallup Jr. came up with what is still considered the gold standard test for self-awareness in animals. It's called the mirror test.
The mirror test. Okay, bang time.
While it's unconscious, you put a small mark somewhere on its body. A
Okay.
dot of paint on its forehead, a sticker on its ear. Somewhere it can only see in a mirror, not by looking down. Then you put it in front of a mirror and watch what happens. Most animals see their reflection and think it's another animal. They posture, they bark, they try to scare it off.
So the mirror test can really know. I have to test this now, bro. I wish I had a dog right now. I'll put my dog in front of a mirror as soon as possible. I put my dog in the mirror. He's never tweaked. He's never tweaked. I had a pug. He was about like 3 inches, no, 3 or 5 inches. I thought he was smart. He was following me around. He knew when it was food time. He knew when it was shit time. And when I put him in the mirror, he doesn't go woof woof. He only barked at like noise. He only barked at, I guess he was trying to play with the, I don't know. Dogs only bark at noise. I don't know.
Eventually they get bored and walk away, never once understanding that the thing they were threatening was themselves. But a handful of animals do something different. They see the mark. They look at the mirror, they look back at themselves, and they reach up and touch the mark on their own body.
Oh.
They understand that the reflection is them. The animals that pass, chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans, gorillas.
Hey! So you're telling me the only ones that are the smartest animals are monkeys? That's okay. Now I already knew monkeys were mad smart. Monkeys will literally, you give monkeys food, they will literally tell you if they want it or not. They'll say, "Give me." I don't want that shit. Just throw the bar on the floor. If you give a monkey a spoiled banana, they might not even want the spoiled banana. Monkeys are one of the smartest animals of all time. You know what I'm saying? Probably the smartest. I think dolphins are really smart, but dogs are really smart too. But dogs do bark at themselves. I'm not gonna lie, in the mirror test. So do dogs know they exist? I don't know. There's theories that dogs, you can reincarnate into a dog. There's theories like that. I don't know though. Okay, let's look at the gorilla, bro. The gorilla, I don't know. I thought the gorilla was smart as hell too. I thought the gorilla was smart as hell. The gorilla has to be smart, bro. It has to.
But only occasionally. Dolphins, orca whales,
oh,
and one.
Only occasionally the gorilla. Okay. So dolphins, orca whales, and elephants, and magpies. So these are the smartest animals right here. They know they know they're alive. I knew dolphins were smart as hell. I knew orcas were smart as hell. I didn't know elephants were that smart. I might get a pet elephant. I might get a pet elephant in the crib. Who knows? One day, maybe one day, maybe one day.
Bird, the Eurasian magpie, a crow-sized creature with a brain the size of your thumb that apparently knows what it looks like. The animals that fail, dogs, cats, almost every other mammal on Earth.
No way. So all these animals fail? I'm getting a pet monkey and a pet gorilla and a pet elephant then, bro. What am I doing with a dog and a cat? Chat, what are we doing with dogs and cats if they don't even know they exist? I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure different breeds know they exist. I don't know. It might be a different breed type of thing. Other mammals, they're NPCs. Jed, we can't even. I love other mammals. I love every animal in the world. You got to take care of every animal. But the other ones are kind of NPC-ish. They're literally meant for Minecraft. They're meant for Minecraft. They're meant for it.
Including, for the first 2 years of their lives, human babies. Now here's where it gets complicated. Because a lot of scientists think the mirror test is a terrible way to measure self-awareness.
Okay.
Dogs, for example, live in a world built almost...
Okay, the mirror test. So the mirror test isn't really 100% accurate. Okay, I understand it now. Okay.
Just entirely on smell, not sight.
Oh.
Asking a dog to recognize itself in a mirror might be like asking you to identify yourself from a recording of your own heartbeat.
Okay.
The format of the test is wrong, not the dog.
Okay.
In 2017,
Okay, so I understand it. It's the format, not the... Okay. He just said that. But I get it now, Chad. I get it now. Yeah. Okay, the mirror test is not 100% accurate. It could be different type of test. So that's... Okay.
A researcher named Alexandra Horowitz modified the test. Instead of a mirror, she gave dogs a scent version. Their own urine, altered urine, and completely foreign urine. And watched which one they spent the most time investigating. Dogs spent significantly more time with the altered version of their own scent. They noticed something about themselves had changed. By their own rules, in their own sensory world, dogs may know exactly who they are. But knowing who you are is different from knowing that you are.
Wait.
There's a distinction
Wait.
who they are.
What is he saying? Oh my god, he's twisting my brain. He's fondling my brain. He's giving my brain back shots. What is he saying? Chad, I have to go back. I don't know what he's saying to me, bro.
With the altered version,
Okay,
spent the most time in veteran.
altered, his and stranger. Let's go.
Urine and completely foreign urine, and watched which one they spent the most time investigating. Dogs spent significantly more time with the altered version of their own scent.
Okay.
They noticed something about themselves had changed. By their own rules, in their own sensory world, dogs may know exactly who they are.
Okay, by their own rules, their own sensory, they know. Okay. Who you are, that you are. Okay. They know who they are, but they don't know what they are. I get it. I get it now. I fucking get it! Come on! I get it! I am better! I'm stronger, faster. I am better!
Knowing who you are is different from knowing that you are. There's a distinction philosophers have been arguing about for centuries. It's the difference between being a self and knowing you're a self.
Okay. I understand it now. Kobe, I understand it now. Like, so it's a difference between being and knowing. Simple as that, bro. Simple. Okay, let's get straight into it. Okay.
Between having experiences and knowing you have experiences.
Fatima.
What is this? Ah!
There's a word for this. Metacognition. Thinking about your own thinking. Being aware of your own awareness.
Metacognition. It's my first time learning this word.
It's what you're doing right now, actually. You're not just reading these words. You know that you're reading these words. You can zoom out from yourself and observe yourself from the outside.
Okay.
That's the question. Can animals do that? And the answer, increasingly, is yes.
Okay.
But it's messier than anyone expected.
Okay.
In 2007, researchers at the University of...
I knew dogs knew they had like a self-sense. But this is explaining a lot more. Thank you, brother, who's ever making this video.
Georgia ran an experiment on rhesus monkeys. They gave the monkeys a memory test, and after each question gave them a choice. Take a hard test worth more points, or take an easy test worth fewer. The monkeys consistently chose easier questions when they were uncertain of the answer.
Okay.
Harder questions when they felt confident. They weren't just answering questions, they were evaluating how well they knew the answer before they gave it. That's metacognition. That's an animal thinking about its own thinking. And it doesn't stop at monkeys.
Okay, so the monkey's smart as shit. The monkey's thinking about thinking and going easy and hard. They're smart as fuck. I need a pet monkey. I need one!
Rats have been shown to opt out of tests they haven't studied for, choosing a smaller guaranteed reward over gambling on a question they're not sure about.
So, rats have a sense of... Oh, rats are smart as shit. You know what? Rats literally would take the game. So rats aren't gamblers, bro. They're smarter than most humans. Holy shit. Rats are smarter than 10% of the world. Holy shit.
Can report their own memory failures. Dolphins have been observed hesitating before answering, in a way that mirrors human uncertainty. These animals aren't just reacting to the world. They're modeling their own internal states. They know when they know something. They know when they don't.
Oh my god. This is crazy. Animals are gods, man. They're mammals. We're literally animals that developed into God. We're like God developed us into different shit. Like God created all types of shit, bro. God made gods. You're a god, God. I love you, God. Like, oh my god. Dolphins have human uncertainty. I already knew about that. I know about the dolphins. IQ is higher. I'm pretty sure dolphins IQ are higher than humans. I'm not sure though. But they have human uncertainty. Rats have good IQ. Monkeys, a lot of them.
But here's what science still can't.
A lot of animals.
All of that, the mirror recognition, the metacognition, the self-modeling, it's all behavioral. We can watch what animals do. We cannot get inside what they feel. There's a concept philosophers call qualia, the raw subjective texture of experience, the specific redness of red, the particular pain of a paper cut, the feeling of being you, right now, in this moment.
Okay.
Is there something it feels like to be a dog? Or is the dog just running biological software, processing inputs, producing outputs, with nobody home? The philosopher Thomas Nagel made this famous in a 1974 paper with one of the greatest titles in academic history. What is it like to be a bat? His argument was simple and devastating. Bats navigate by echolocation. They experience the world as a landscape of sound reflections that we literally cannot imagine. And no matter how much we study bat brains and bat behavior, we will never know what it feels like to be one. The inner experience is inaccessible. And if we can't know what it's like to be a bat, how do we know there's anything it's like to be anything other than us? Some scientists think we're massively underestimating animals. In 2012, a group...
Nah, humans do underestimate animals hella, bro. You just gotta take care of animals as much as you take care of humans, bro. I honestly, animals are living things too. So are insects. Sometimes I do, take out insects' lives. Sometimes I do assassinate them or slaughter them. But even though some animals are good to society and some of them, are like humans, bro. You can't underestimate them at all.
A group of neuroscientists gathered at Cambridge University and signed what became known as the Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness. Their conclusion, the neurological structures that produce consciousness in humans are not unique to humans. Birds and mammals, and possibly other creatures, possess the same neural substrates for conscious states. In plain English, the hardware that runs consciousness in your brain exists in their brains too. The lights, they argued, are probably on. Frans de Waal, one of the world's leading primatologists, spent decades watching chimpanzees and argued that the question of whether animals have inner lives was almost backwards. We should be shocked, he said, if they didn't. Evolution doesn't tend to invent something from scratch.
Okay.
Consciousness almost certainly evolved gradually.
He said we should be shocked if animals don't have inner lives. If they don't, that would be shock to me because I honestly believe that they do. They literally do. I've seen animals do human shit. Like walk, get on a fucking scooter. Like I've seen dogs literally get up out the couch, pour some water for him and his owner, and get back to the couch somehow, and was sitting down in the couch watching TV, bro. There's dogs that have those type of badges, man. They have those badges. But let's finish the video.
Like legs, like eyes, like lungs, which means it probably exists on a spectrum, and we are not at one end of it and everything else at the other. We're all somewhere along the same line. And then there's the one piece of evidence that's hardest to explain away.
The One Piece!
Grief. In 2018, a killer whale named Tahlequah lost her calf. The baby died shortly after birth.
Damn.
For 17 days, Tahlequah carried the body of her dead calf on her head as she swam. 17 days. Across more than 1,000 miles of ocean. The rest of her pod took turns helping her carry it when she got tired. Scientists called it a tour of grief.
Tour of grief.
The longest recorded in any non-human species. And no one had a clean behavioral explanation for it. It wasn't about survival. It wasn't about feeding. There was no evolutionary advantage to carrying a dead body for over 2 weeks across open ocean. Except that maybe she knew her calf was gone.
Damn.
And couldn't let go.
That's crazy. They even I knew animals experienced grief too. I've seen dogs cry over their pups dying. You know what I'm saying? So animals do know they exist, and they do love, and they do care, bro. It's like take care of animals. Stop abusing them. Stop. I mean, some are. Chat, let's finish the video. I don't want to say anything else, but care for animals, love them, treat them like, you know, your loved ones.
If that's not the behavior of a creature that knows something existed and now doesn't, what is? So where does that leave us? The science says, yes, some animals can recognize themselves. Yes, they can think about their own thinking. Yes, they feel something, probably. But the innermost question, the one you actually want answered, does the dog lying on the couch know it's alive? That one we still can't fully reach. Here's what we do know. The more closely we look at animals, the more the gap narrows. Every decade of research closes the distance a little more. Abilities we once thought were uniquely human, language, tool use, culture, mourning, self-recognition, keep turning up in other species.
Oh my
The
God.
wall between us and them has been getting shorter for as long as we've been...
So they've been getting smarter. So animals been getting... I said aminals. Animals been getting smarter every day. Even the NPCs, look, the sheep, the pig, the cow, and the chicken are getting smarter, bro. Even the NPCs. I know horses are really smart as well. There's so much smart animals out there already. I already knew monkeys. Like monkeys, Planet of the Apes. When I first seen that movie, I just knew that was real life. I knew they could do that in real life. We might as well start, preparing for the animal, I don't know, the animal genocide. I don't know. Animals are getting smarter every day. Yeah, so we literally have to treat them like our own, bro. We can't, It might be a universe where it's animals versus humans, like devils versus humans. It might be one of those universes one day. Who knows, bro? There's probably a universe out there where the Planet of the Apes take over America, bro. Who knows?
Studying them, which raises an uncomfortable question. If we've been wrong this whole time, if animals do exist in some meaningful sense, if there's something it's like to be them, if they feel and grieve and know themselves, then the way we treat them isn't just an ethical question. It's something we've been getting wrong for all of human history, and the only reason we got away with it this long is because we couldn't ask them. There's a chimpanzee named Washoe who, in 1966, became the first non-human animal to learn American Sign Language. She learned over 350 signs. She taught some of them to her son. One day, a researcher who had been gone for a long time came back to visit. Washoe hadn't seen her in months. When Washoe saw her, she signed, "Cry." Then she pointed at the researcher's eyes. Cry. She wanted to know why the researcher wasn't crying, why she wasn't as moved as Washoe was. Whether or not Washoe understood her own existence, she understood yours. Maybe that's where it starts.
What the fuck? That's actually nuts. I never even knew, that was possible. But what in the Chad, my bad for the ads, but I hope y'all boys enjoyed this video. Oh my Jesus Christ. I already knew I had a sense of feeling that animals exist and that we have to treat them a certain way, bro. Like the monkeys, I already knew monkeys were super smart. They showed in movies. I've seen them in real life, you know what I'm saying? They take things, they grab on you, you see a clip, somebody try to give a monkey a bar, he's like, I want that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. The end of the video, she was crying and said, why don't you cry too? Like, at that, you don't miss me? That's nuts! That is nuts! I already knew God created us all, bro. He created animals to have living brains as well. He created them to live it. He created them to be here. Chad, I need a dog ASAP. Or a cat. I need a dog or a cat ASAP. Because, bro, they can be our best friends as well. And you can take care of them and they'll love you forever, bro. 100%. They'll love you forever. They'll love you for fucking ever, bro. Don't mind my hair. Chad, Chad, my bad. Don't mind my hair. I'm going to see y'all boys tomorrow. Hope y'all boys enjoy this video. What a banger video. Do animals know they exist? And the answer is yes. It was yes, right? It was yes. I'm going to say it's yes. They know. They know. Bang time. I'm going to see y'all boys in the next vid. Peace.